Hey YouTube. Hey Instagram. Hey Facebook. So I am back. Yes, I did do a live earlier talking about the ERTC. If you haven't seen that, please go watch that. If you're a small business and have W-2 employees, you are entitled to up to $26,000 per employee. So I went live earlier to talk about that. It is the employee retention tax credit. I did put my link in the comments with my specialist that will help you see if you qualify and see how much you're qualified for. So, with this title, because I mentioned the North Carolina Business Recovery Grant in that live, a couple of people have been asking me about that. So, I decided to go ahead and go live again. To let you guys know about the North Carolina Business Recovery Grant. Hopefully I won't take up too much of your time because my show Amazing Race will be on at 9 o'clock, so I have 30 minutes. So I am back and better than before, as if it was possible. My competition, you found them in the hospital. Visiting time, I think it's on a Sunday. You know what? Let me stop singing before they cut me off on Facebook. So let me get right into this. Let me adjust my cameras a little bit. And let me let you guys know about this program. It is an amazing program. North Carolina has some funds that they are trying to give out to help small businesses. Please, please, please share this live with at least 10 people. Go ahead and start sharing. Go ahead and start sharing before I get into the meat and potatoes of what the grant is. Please go ahead and share. Share. Let me see. But I am going to leave for Instagram. I am going to leave this, and Facebook. If you're concerned if I'm going to leave this live up, I will leave this live up so you can get the information, because there is a January 31st deadline, as well as you have to register for their webinar by January 18th, and which it is which the webinar will be on January 18th. You have to participate in the webinar to be able to apply for this grant. If you're not able to attend, because I forgot what time it is, but when I go through the information, I'm sure to show me what time. If you're not able to participate in the webinar, you can either call them and you can have a discussion with them, or you can just have someone from your organization or anybody just you register and have them go in and participate with the webinar so you can get the information and things like that. So let's go right ahead and get into it. Like I said, like y'all always know, when I go live, I'm on 3 different platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So just bear with me if you see me looking in different directions. It's not because I'm crazy. It's because I'm trying to give everybody a little camera time to look into them. So let me tell you about this program. I had to bring my laptop in for this one because it was just a lot of information, and I didn't want to write all that information down. I want to make sure I give you very detailed information. So like I said, please go ahead and share this with other people. Share it to your, if you're on Facebook, share it to your profile. Instagram, please share it out to as many people as you can. Also with YouTube, please share it out to as many people as you can. So let's go ahead and get into this. So the Business Recovery Grant Program will issue a one-time payment to an eligible North Carolina business that experienced a significant economic loss due to COVID-19. Oh, can I say that? I forgot. One of them, you can't really say it. For the panorama. Let's just say that. The application period closes January 31st. Like I said, you need to get in there now because it closes January 31st. You have to submit your application by January 31st. So 2 types of grants will be available to an eligible business that suffered an economic loss of at least 20% during the panorama. A hospitality grant will be available to an eligible arts, entertainment, and recreation business, as well as eligible accommodation and food service business, such as a hotel, restaurant, and bar. Particularly the NAICS codes are 71 and 72. So if you know anyone that owns any of these type of businesses, please share. Please let them know. If they're in North Carolina, please let them know. The other type of business is there will be a reimbursement grant that will be available to eligible businesses not classified in the NAICS code of 71 and 72 that did not receive funding. Now, this is important. Did not receive funding from other relief programs, including the Paycheck Protection Program, which is the PPP, the Panorama Job Retention Grant, and also the EIDL Advance. Y'all know I'm saying Panorama because you're not supposed to say the word on social media because they will demonetize you or silence you or whatever. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's why they are pushing this so hard. I spoke with one of the contacts with this grant who asked me if I could help them get the word out. Since I work with a lot of small businesses, they need to get the word out because they have these funds, and a lot of people are not eligible because, of course, a lot of businesses have already received PPP. They received the EIDL. So these are for businesses, particularly that's not in the 71, 72. Now, if you did receive that and you are a arts, entertainment, or recreation business, or accommodation and food service business, you can still participate. Hotel, restaurant, and bar. Okay, so let's get into the grant amount. So the grant amount is a percentage of the economic loss demonstrated by the eligible business, or $500,000, whichever is less. Y'all, this is $500,000. A small business can receive up to $500,000, whichever is less. NCDOR will reduce grant amounts if the total amount of grants requested exceeds the maximum amount of funds authorized for the business recovery grant by the state of North Carolina. So guys, you have to put in your application now. Y'all have seen with PPP and other things that funds run out quickly. So the time is now to go ahead and put in your application. So let me go to the facts, some more facts, and give you some information about that and talk about eligibility. Okay, so who is eligible to receive the grant? So first, to receive a hospitality grant, a business must be classified in NAICS code 71 or 72. If you're a business, you're already familiar with what NAICS codes are. It's just the code that basically tells everybody what type of business you are. That's basically all it is. Also, a business must have suffered an economic loss of at least 20%, calculated using gross receipts reported on North Carolina sales and use tax return and your IRS Form 1065. Also, a business must be subject to North Carolina income tax. All right, that's for the hospitality grant. Like I said, it's two types of grants in this business recovery grant. The other type, so to receive a reimbursement grant, a business is not classified in the NAICS code of 71 or 72. A business did not receive relief from other relief programs, including the Paycheck Protection Program, which is the PPP, the Job Retention Grant, or the EIDL Advance. So even if you got the EIDL but did not get the advance, you may still be eligible for this grant. So if you're not familiar with the EIDL, you know a portion of it was a grant portion. So if you first applied for the EIDL grant and they was given up to $10,000 of for your employees, and you didn't have to pay that portion back, that's what the advance is. So that's what they're talking about. If you did not receive that advance portion, you may still be eligible for this grant. All right. And a business must be subject to North Carolina income tax. Okay. We already talked about the grant amount. So for most applicants, gross receipts are the gross receipts reported on line 1 of Form E-500, sales and use tax return. However, if the applicant did not report gross receipts on line 1 of Form E-500, gross receipts are the sum of the receipts reported on line 4 through 8 of Form E-500. A partnership that filed a federal Form 1065, U.S. Partnership Return of Income Tax, of Income Form 1065, may also include gross receipts reported on line 1A of Form 1065 that meet both of the following criteria. One, the gross receipts were not reported on Form E500. And two, the receipts are for transactions appointed to North Carolina. Okay? So let me see if they have any other facts. Oh, are you a historically underutilized business, which is a hub? Guys, let me tell you, if you are a business and you want to do business with local or state government, getting hub certified is, it is the best. Because just about every contract they have, well, at least what I'm finding in North Carolina, just about every contract they have, they want you to be hub certified. And you can get that certification in any state. So just be aware of that. So it's saying for this grant, if you are a historically underutilized business, which is hub, being hub certified, there may be additional funding available for your business. Your hub status has no bearing on the Department of Revenue's Business Recovery Grant Program. If you are a hub that is not certified as such, you may still be eligible for additional opportunities. So they have that on the ncdor.gov. If you, like I said, if you're not eligible for the Business Recovery Grant, if you are hub certified, there may still be other funding for you. So just keep that in mind. So let me get some more information real quick. And let me tell y'all about the webinar that you have to attend. So let me go back to my email, because for some reason I didn't see that in the facts. So let me just go back to my email. Okay, so you have to sign up for the webinar that happens on January 18th. You have to register for that, and you or someone from your business must attend this webinar. Again, it is January 18th, and that's what, Tuesday. So you better do it like now, like quick, fast, and in a hurry. I'll leave the link for it's just ncdor.gov, but I'll still put a link in the comments. So you'll be able to know where to go. But if you go there and do just a search for Business Recovery Grant, the information will populate for you. And again, the deadline to apply is January 31st. So it is saying in this email, of course, I already registered, even though I don't qualify because I did receive PPP funding and a partial EIDL grant. I don't qualify, but I just want to go on just on the webinar just to gain some kind of knowledge, because anytime you want to apply for grants or you're doing contracts or anything you want to do with your local government or whatever, you just want to be aware. You want to research. You want to keep in touch with these contacts. Like now, I have this guy who is a contact for the grant, even though I'm not eligible. We're still communicating. He knows that I work with small businesses, and he asked me for my help to get the word out to small businesses. So that's what I'm doing. And because I'm building up that rapport with him, any other grants that may come through his hands, he may just give me a call. You know what I'm saying? He may just slide me an email. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to contact or build a relationship or build rapport with the contacts from grants, contracts, anything like that. So the webinar is happening January 18th at 10 a.m. And like I said, it's North Carolina, so it's Eastern Standard Time, of course. So I hope nobody asks me what time zone. North Carolina is Eastern Time Zone. It's the Business Recovery Grant webinar. You have to go on the website ncdor.gov and register for the webinar. You have to register before the time of the webinar. So please don't wait till last minute and register at like 9 a.m. on January 18th, because you may not get the information. I'm just saying, register right now. Even if you don't qualify for the grant or anything like that, you may be able to help your friends or other people that you know that have a business or organization or anything like that, own a restaurant, hotel, bar, whatever the case may be. So if you go on ncdor.gov, type in the search box for the Business Recovery Grant. You should be able to find the information for that. You should be able to find where you can register for the webinar. You'll also be able to find where you can apply for the grant itself. So I think that's about it. That covers the basics. I just want to make sure that I have covered everything. The application is online, so it's you just go through all the information they're asking you for. Let me see how they pay you. Let me go to payments and see how they give out this information. So grant amounts will be determined at the conclusion of the application period. The application period closes January 31st, 2022. All payments will be made by check, mailed to the address provided by the respective business once the amounts are determined after the application period closes. So they are going to mail you a check. They don't say what time frame it may be. It just says that they'll start doing that after the January 31st period closes. So that is the deadline. January 31st is the deadline. And then they're going to start mailing out the check. So that's how they'll send you your money. It's not going to be direct deposit. It's going to be through a check. I already went through eligibility and qualifications. Let me see if there's any other facts. I just want to make sure I give you some information before I get ready to get out of here. Let me see. Receiving the Business Recovery Grant. So yeah, it's just basically basically saying the information I already gave you guys, that you can get up to $500,000 for your business or organization. Yeah, so that's basically it. So I hope you guys, how will I receive the grant award? Okay, I already went over that. Who will the grant check be made payable to? Okay, if the business is a sole proprietorship, the check will, also guys, you can be a sole proprietorship to get this grant as well. If the business is a sole proprietorship, the check will be made payable to the individual operating as a sole proprietorship. If the business is an entity, then the check will be made payable to the legal business name of the applicant listed on the application. This is, let me just speak on this topic real quick, because I work with a lot of businesses, especially during the panorama, where they had different grants and loans and stuff floating out there, and people wanted my help with filling out the application and getting them funding. I ran into a lot of businesses who did not have a business checking account. A lot of people had issues with the EIDL because of that. Because what they were doing was we were putting in the name of their business, right? So the government, as far as the EIDL is concerned and filling out the application, if you put down the name of your business, then to them, that must mean you have a business checking account in this name. So what was happening is that when they went to try and go direct deposit the funds from the EIDL, the bank was saying, oh no, we don't have a name. We don't have this name on an account here. And they sent the funds back. It was a nightmare. I mean, an absolute nightmare trying to go back and get these funds and change the name so they could get these funds. It was crazy. I'm telling you. If you are a business, if you are conducting yourself as a business and you want to get business funding, you want to get business grants, you want to get business loans, you want to get business credit, you have to absolutely have a business checking account. That is a must. If you don't have one, you better get one quick, fast, and in a hurry and get it tomorrow. Don't dilly-dally. Get it tomorrow. You need it ASAP. And with the panorama going on right now, some banks are letting you apply online. As long as you can show them your EIN number and things like that, or if you're a sole proprietorship, just provide your social security number, show that you're doing business as a sole proprietorship, and that's it, and you're good to go. but you have to have a business checking account. It is a must. So guys, that is it. That's all I got for you for the North Carolina Business Recovery Grant. So I want you guys to go to NCDOR. N is in Nancy, C is in Carolina, D is in David, O is in Oscar, R is in Robert, .gov, G-O-V, Girl Oscar Victor, NCDOR.gov. Put in the search for Business Recovery Grant, and all the information will come up. You have to register for that webinar ASAP. The webinar is January the 18th at 10 a.m. You have to be registered before then. You cannot wait till the last minute to register for it, because you may not get the information back to get the link to be able to click on it and attend the webinar. Okay? Because I don't think it's an automatic thing, because when I attended something last week that the state was having, and I was last minute. I was the night before. I didn't get anything, but then probably like, I would say maybe an hour before the workshop started, I received an email, and it was from an individual. So I don't know if their things are automatic or someone actually has to send it out to you. So like I said, do not wait till the last minute. Go ahead and go on there and register to attend the webinar. You have to attend the webinar in order as part of the qualification for receiving this grant. So attend the webinar, apply for the grant, and hopefully you can get some good money. And just keep looking, guys, because it is still funding out there for businesses. They do still have grants floating around. Oh, also North Carolina is getting ready in their Renters Assistance Program. I think that ends January 21st. So if you still need some assistance with rent, please go on there. I think it's through the HOPE program, HOPE. Just Google North Carolina HOPE program, and it should come up. I think they're doing renters assistance through the HOPE program. And I believe they have some other programs on the HOPE program as well, because I think I've seen some that I had qualified for and received. So just check. You can check your local United Way. Check your churches. Check your state, local, and county level. They still may, some states ran out, some cities ran out, but you just never know. But just check, because you never know if they have assistance for whatever you may need. I received assistance for technical stuff. I'm not the most tech savvy person, so I'm like, hey, they got some tech service for free. I'll take it, send it my way. I mean, it's not money, but sometimes other things can be just as good as money. Like for myself, like I said, I'm not tech savvy. So getting technical assistance really helps me. So like I said, just keep that in mind. Go ahead and check your state, city, and county and see what's still out there. They may have grants like this North Carolina Business Recovery Grant. Type in, I can't say the word, but type in COVID-19 funding or grants or whatever the case may be that you put behind it. And you may be able to find some stuff. And also put in your state too. So like do North Carolina COVID-19 and just leave it like that. See if anything comes up. Or after that 19, put in grants or put in funding or put in business. And you can find stuff that way too. So yes, I am out. If you have any questions, just put something in the comments and I'll try and answer those questions. I'm also going to leave the website in the comments as well. Like I said, it is ncdor.gov for the North Carolina Business Recovery Grant. So good luck, y'all. Go ahead and make sure you register for the webinar. Make sure you apply for the grant. The webinar is January 18th. The grant closing date is January 31st. Renter's assistance is ending January 21st for North Carolina. I'm not talking about any other state. I'm talking about for North Carolina. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. So bye, YouTube. And goodbye, Instagram. Yeah, that's Instagram.